Hey everyone, so here is a little bit of a comparison, or at least a user interface comparison here of the 3 Plus Vibe Plus 2nd Gen versus the Amazfit GTS 4 Mini. See, they are pretty similar looking watches. The Mini is a little bit smaller than the Vibe Plus. Both do have the side button here, which when you click them in, they do things. This one you can actually scroll up and down. Doesn't actually do anything, but you can do it. This one you cannot. It's just kind of stuck there. So again, this will just be a user interface showing these two off. I do have the always display turned on both of these at the moment. So scrolling down or swiping down here will give you your notifications on the Vibe Plus. When you click on send notifications, so like for Gmail, you can see a little bit of it, and that's about it, or otherwise delete it. If you have a text message, you can do quick replies on this. You cannot do quick replies on the GTS 4 Mini, which is kind of surprising. At least in my experience, I cannot get that to work. Mine just doesn't come up with anything. I couldn't find a way to do it. So this will do quick notifications. That's if you are on Android. If you are on an iPhone, iOS, you will be able to see it, and that is about it. That is because of Apple. Apple. They control that stuff on their. Yeah. So you scroll down on here, you get to your quick settings. Where on this one, it is by scrolling upward. Then on this guy, you swipe up, you get to your notifications. So it's kind of the opposite on these two. Again, you can see them and you can delete them, but you can't really do much else on here, no matter if you have iOS or Android. But if we go into our quick settings on both of these, we'll go ahead and turn my brightness up so you guys can see this a bit better. So this will give you your battery percentage on the top right on the 3 Plus. It's right there on the Amazfit. It shows you if it is connected or not to your phone. This is going to keep turning off on me. Then we have Do Not Disturb and Do Not Disturb. Brightness and your brightness. Vibration intensity. This thing actually vibrates rather strong, even in lowest vibration intensity setting. This has a wake for 5 minutes, which is different. We're going to show off the 3 Plus first here. Airplane mode, Find My Phone, which for me it does not really work too well. Actually, doesn't work at all. But in the opposite way, if you're on your phone, you want to find your watch, that works very well. You have a flashlight, and of course, swiping to the right here will get you back to what you were just on. Then you have settings here, so you have watch faces. You can change your watch faces. You have your brightness level again. I have it on 3 right now. System settings, so reboot, power off, or reset it. Do Not Disturb, your screen wake. This is where you turn on your raise to wake, how long it stays on for, and then you're always on. Always on this device, in my experience, will maybe last you a day and a half. It kills your battery. Kills your battery. On this, always on display, it will last you at least a few days and nights. And then difference, I want to show this off real fast here. Difference is, with their always on displays, usually what they will do is they'll turn on like this when you want to look at them, when you raise it up. And then after a few seconds here, it will turn off like that and go into a low power consumption mode. The 3 Plus does not do that. It is always on. It is always stuck on the more vibrant screen. This does have tap to wait, but it isn't working. So it's more like that. It stays like that. So it kills your battery, where this one is actually better with that. That is something to note. If you do want the always on display, always on, this will maybe last you a day or so. It kills your battery. Where again, the Amazfit, it actually will still last you a few days. Without that on, if you just keep them on the raise to wake, both will last you a very long time. This will probably last you 3 or 4 days. This will maybe last you about a week or so, depending on how much activity you do and everything else. Then we have the Do Not Disturb, and then we have device information there. Going over to the Amazfit. Again, your percentage, the date, if your phone is, or if it's connected to your phone or not, which for some reason it is not currently connected to my phone. Don't know why. Do not disturb, flashlight as well. Brightness settings here. Screen lock, just like this one has as well. Swipe over. I have a theater mode, so you'll not get any notifications. It's not going to light up or anything like that and disturb other people in the movie theater. Always on display, or how long it stays awake for. And we have find your phone. This one does work. If I don't know why it's not connected though. And then we have more settings. Alright, so we have again watch faces, so you can change your watch face, time, and date format. Both of these have a whole bunch of free watch faces you can do on their apps on the phone. Both are rather nice. And as you probably saw, we have the same exact watch face on both of these, which is cool because they're two different brands. Again, display settings here, brightness, screen on duration, always on or off, wake on wrist, when you flip your wrist, and then this one is screen on upon notifications, so if you get a notification, it'll turn it on the screen. Your vibration, intensity, I'm make sure I turn it on to enhance. I don't know why I didn't have that on already. I'm making the settings here. Your workout, detection, and then HEPS. Expire notification. So if you lose, that should be if you're out there working out with the GPS and you're going for a run or whatever, and it loses GPS, it will tell you, hey, you lost GPS. But it should automatically reconnect if it does. Preferences: do not disturb. Off wrist lock. So you can put on a password if it's not on your wrist. You can put on a password so people cannot just get into it. Long press the side button here, so you have different things for that. Mine is on Alexa, which it does have built-in Alexa, and I've seen other people complain about it. It just doesn't really seem to work though. I mean, I tried setting it up, it just doesn't want to connect to my account. Your PAI, you can do a whole bunch of different things here by pushing and holding that button down. Your app list, which we'll show off in a bit here. I really gotta stop backing out of it all the way. Alright, your widgets, your Alexa, language, and watch language. And then you, of course, have your setting here as well. So a whole bunch of stuff on both these end settings. On the 3 Plus, swiping to the right or the left will get you into the same set of menus, which I'm just going to call the widgets. So we'll start here by swiping to the right. Your activities, so your calories, your steps, how long you've been standing for. Your heart rate, you can measure it now, and if it was on, it'll tell me the heart rate. Your sleep, and the app itself gives you a lot more detail. Weather, again, mine for some reason is not showing me weather. I've had it hooked up to both an iPhone and a Samsung phone or Android phone. I cannot get weather to show me anything. Blood oxygen, you can tap to measure. It seems to be pretty accurate. It does have to be tight on your wrist though, otherwise it will not work. Then music controls from your phone. It will control the music on your phone. It does not have built-in music storage capability though. And then we do the same thing. It just like with that, it will show you the same stuff just in a different. It shows you all the widgets no matter which way you go. So again, we have the activities here, steps, standing, and then active minutes. I have not worn this today. It's why it's showing me nothing. Heart rate, again, if it were on me, it would be showing the heart rate there. This will show you weather. This one actually does work. But it has to be connected to the phone. I don't know why it's not connected, like I keep saying. Your PAIs for the day, low, medium, and high, or moderate and high. So that is like active minutes, basically. Nope, right now we're going to that again. Sleep data, again, if I wore it last night, it would be showing me all my sleep data. And this does give you more details than that one does on the watch itself. Then again, we kind of have some few other widgets here. So you have Alexa, if you have it hooked up. Again, mine is not, just does not want to be hooked up to it. Music controls, again, controls the music on your phone. Does not have built-in music storage capabilities. Weather, this will show you actually some good details if it were connected. Alarms, this you can actually set on the watch itself, which is quite nice. Unlike this one, where you have to go into the app on your phone to do it. Again, your sleep, your heart rate, and we'll give you a graph. And of course, it's not on my wrist, so it's not going to show me anything. And pushing in the button here. So a lot of this is what we just showed off. But this one here is your workouts. So there are a whole bunch of workouts on here. Workout history. Your activity again for the day. Heart rate again. Your sleep again. Oxygen again. Stopwatch. As well as timer. But again, no alarms. Kind of weird. Your music controls. Your weather. Your breathing. Relaxation timer. Your notifications again. Find my phone, which again doesn't really work. In my case, it doesn't want to work. And then settings. And tap and hold this down, or push and hold this down. Reboot, power off, and reset. Over here, tap it in. You have your PAI again. Your heart rate, blood oxygen. One tap measurement, which will do a bunch of different measurements in one go. Workout, workout history, workout status, which is something that does not have, which is rather cool. Like your training load, and it shows you off your VO2 max here, recovery time. So this is a bit more in depth with the workout stuff than that guy is. The Vibe Plus is. Let's see, where were we? Your stress. This also shows off stress, but again, it's not on my wrist, so it's not going to at the moment. Activities throughout the day. So again, your steps and all that other good stuff. Your standing time, all that. Your sleep. If I worked last night, it'll show me my sleep score, your wake, REM, light sleep, deep sleep. So this shows a lot more than what that shows you. That just shows you a graph. By that I mean, of course, Vibe Plus. This shows you actual all this good stuff. But again, you can see that in the app on here. Weather. Music, your alarm, your calendar. If you had any events. It actually shows you a little bit of a calendar as well, which is kind of cool. Shows you what the date is in the next, however many days, what they're going to be. Actually has a calculator built on it. It's kind of small, so it might be a little bit hard to use, but it is nice and quick. If you need a calculator, don't want to get out your phone or something, or don't have your phone on you, then you can get more stuff in here. So this one gives you a lot more stuff than what this will give you. It's also double the price though, but still only $100-something, so it's still a pretty budget-friendly watch. Sun and Moon shows you that, which is cool. Nothing I've ever gone into. It gives you a compass here. Your cycle tracking for women. Breathing. Stopwatch, countdown, or a timer. Find my phone. World clock, a to-do list if you want. Whatever that is, I'm not sure what that one is. And then camera, remote camera as well. So this does give you a lot more stuff than what this one gives you. Again, it does cost, it's over $100. Where this is about $50. Both of these are very nice watches. But one thing I do want to show off here is the raise to wake. This is actually rather slow for it. This one's actually rather quick. So this is always on, turned on right now. I turned it off on here so we can actually show this off. And also has that where you cover it up, it turns the screen off, puts it to sleep or whatever you want to call that. This one does not do that. It also, it does have the tap to wake. It just isn't doing it. Probably just not on my wrist. But if we raise this up, it comes in pretty quick. Where on this one, it takes a little bit longer. So show it off again, best I can here. Okay, that time it didn't. Anyway, this one does take a little bit longer usually than what this one does, or say like an Apple Watch or a Garmin watch or whatever. It's not the quickest at waking up when you do that. It's not horrible, but something to mention. Both these do use standard bands. This uses a 22mm band. Pop it on out, and away you go. This one here uses a 20mm band. Again, pop it on out, away you go, which is very nice. You can find both sizes on Amazon for very cheap. I think both of these are good watches, especially for their prices. Y'all let me know what you think, though. As always, I appreciate you. Hope you have a good one. Oh, and this band does not come with this watch. It's a standard black band. Should mention that. This was off Amazon. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.